Beautiful souls. My name is Angelica, and this is Infinite Love. And today I wanted to talk about utilizing negativity as a reflection so that we can gain greater awareness and understanding into the self. So how did this video come about? I've actually had several people at this point express to me how they experience negativity and feel negativity, and what they actually came to me for advice on how to purify and cleanse it. And so as I've sat deeper with this topic, I'm realizing it's not just one clear cut dry answer, as it usually isn't, because everything's connected. So I feel like if we utilize different perspectives, it'll help us gain greater awareness and access into understanding what's really going on here, what we can do, and then practical ways of how we can cleanse our energy, cleanse maybe a space. So this is going to be a video series of 3 or 4 videos on utilizing negativity as a reflection, number one, and then going into different ways that we can utilize it, maybe into shadow work, etc., etc., and then actually going into how do I clear my energy? What tools can I work with in order to help me clear my energy, clear a space energetically, etc., etc. So stay tuned for all of the videos. This is going to be a video series. Awesome. So, what do we have to understand, first of all, when we're going to utilize negativity in order to gain greater access into ourselves? First off, we have to remember that everything is a reflection of itself. Creation itself is literally utilizing everything as a reflection in order to gain more awareness of itself. You can call it God, source, the creation of all that is, the source of all that is, whatever word or terminology you use in order to understand God, that's what it's doing. And so what we want to understand first, and what we want to remember first, is that everything is a reflection of itself. The greatness that you see in me is the greatness that already exists inside of you. So as within, so without. As above, so below. Everything is a reflection. There's a positive reflection, and there's an exact opposite negative reflection. Let's also remember that there is a reflection in the middle that is neutral, that a lot of us tend to forget. But I'm here to remind us as well. So there's positive, negative, there's neutral. We live in a trinity. A lot of us think that we live in a dualistic universe, and that's one perspective, and that's not to say it's super wrong. But I mean, it's not completely right, because we actually live in a trinity. We forget that neutral perspective that we can gain, that we can hold. And that perspective is where we hold our power. So, understanding and remembering that everything in life is a reflection of itself. I am a reflection of you, you are a reflection of me. Remembering that, it helps us to understand that what we're experiencing now is also a reflection of what we've experienced in the past. Because everything is actually, I say this because everything is actually happening here and now, and it's all parallel. And so there's no real past or future. It's all happening now. It's just, yeah, we're not going to get into that today. There's other videos everywhere of people that can explain that way better than I could. So look them up. So back to what I was saying. So everything you're experiencing now is also a reflection of what you experienced in your past. So if you're experiencing negativity now, say you turn on the news and you're experiencing negativity, violence, whatever. First of all, turn that shit off, because that shit is just a little tiny minuscule piece of a greater picture of what's going on, and it's chosen because it gets ratings. It's chosen because people look to it and actually give their power away to see, oh, am I okay? And they tune in to see, oh, am I okay or am I not? And then they use that information in order to tell them how they feel instead of deciding how they feel. So number 2, let's actually remember how fucking powerful we are. You are fucking powerful. I am fucking powerful. You are the creator of your individual reality, as am I. And we can co-create a different bubble reality together. That's for another time as well. But remembering your power and how powerful you fucking are is knowing and remembering that you have the say in how you experience negativity. You have the say in how you want to utilize all of that information to help you grow. You don't have to have a negative response and reaction to negativity. And that's not to say that if you do, you're a bad person. No, hell no. This is all in awareness. This isn't in judgment at all. That's not to judge anybody. It's okay. We're human. This is what we are doing right now. We're utilizing all of these awarenesses to help us better navigate this physical reality dimension, and in order to ascend it to a higher plane, into a new normal, into a higher vibration. So, remembering that you're powerful, remembering that all of life is a reflection of you and of what you have inside. What I've found is helpful, that's been most helpful to me, is stepping back and asking myself a question. What does this say about me internally? Number 1, that helps me get out of the emotional response or the physical response that I might have. I'm still working through it, so I still have those reactions every now and then. And that's how we're doing it, you know. It's not, again, it's not in judgment, it's just in awareness. So I utilize that question in order to help me gain greater access into myself, instead of having that same reaction I've had my entire life in the past, up until maybe a year ago or so, of having. And so what we also have to understand here is, when I said that what you're experiencing now is what you've experienced, is a reflection of what you experienced in the past, is our wounds want our attention. Our traumas, the traumas and wounds that we've experienced throughout our life, from childhood, from birth, even beyond it into other parallel lives that we have lived, want our attention in this now. How are they going to get it? By utilizing negativity and reflecting it back to you, so that you can get a better understanding of what's going on inside of you, and so that you can do the work and put in the effort to release it, to integrate it, to heal it within you, within your consciousness here right now. Am I blowing your mind yet? It's really nothing new, honestly. So the things that we can, so say, for example, in my childhood, say I experienced something like along the lines of, I experienced some kind of trauma, and I heard the expression, children are better seen, not heard, over and over and over again. And so a part of what happens there is when you experience a trauma, there is a piece of our consciousness that gets fragmented off from our conscious awareness, and it gets pushed down into this subconsciousness. And so this subconscious, we're still acting out these subconscious things, these unconscious things, because they're wanting to come into consciousness. They're wanting our awareness. They're wanting our love, our compassion. They're wanting our attention so that we can release it, we can heal it, we can integrate it into the conscious mind. So this is why I like to say that questions like this aren't so cut and dry, because negativity could be happening for an infinite amount of reasons in our reality. It can be testing our own alignment. It can be reflecting back to us the negativity or the beliefs, negative limiting beliefs or fear that we still hold within our own bodies that want our attention, they want released, they want healed. It can be reflecting a million different things. You have to remember, it's up to you as the all-powerful creator of your own individual reality to remember and remind yourself who the fuck you are, and empower yourself and say to yourself, ask yourself genuinely, how do I want to experience negativity in my reality? Because you are that powerful. You get to say that. You are that fucking powerful. You get to say that. You get to say how you experience it. You get to say how you utilize that. You get to cultivate how that works for you. This video is merely a reflection and a tool for you to remember that. So we can utilize negativity for the most positive growth in our own self, in our own soul. We can, of course, people can use it to become bitter, right? We can utilize negativity in a lot of different ways. But it is up to you, because you are powerful, remember, to say and to decide and to choose how you utilize this in your own individual reality. Because you are that fucking powerful. Let's see, let me check my notes. Another thing I wanted to add is when this negativity, say it is a situation where the negativity out there is wanting to get our attention, so that, and our awareness for a wound that happened. Say we go back to my little childhood wound. And that was all throat chakra stuff for me, by the way. That was something that really happened. So I shut down a lot of this. So you don't have to pay attention to this, because it's, we all have our divine free will, right? You don't have to. But what will happen is when energy isn't allowed to flow freely, and you have a blockage, say in your throat chakra, like I said, you have divine free will. You don't have to work on anything. But energy always manifests into physical reality. And energy, that blocked energy, will manifest into something. It can manifest into pain, into dis-ease in the body, into illness, into sickness. These things can manifest in a lot of different ways. That's why we have a lot of different diseases, maybe that nobody's heard about, or that there's all of a they they went through something in their life and they're just spontaneously healed. Once we release the energy, once we allow the energy to flow again, the ailment, the pain, the disease, even if it's stage 4 cancer, it will go away. It has happened. This is all energy. And I feel that it should all be thought of on an energetic level, because that's what we are first. We're energy, we're vibration. If the vibrations are in dissonance and they're not in harmony, then they have to be brought back into harmony. The energy has to be allowed to flow freely. So that's the other thing that I wanted to put in this video. The next video, I want to focus more on like shadow work, the different modalities of shadow work, because once we realize that we can utilize, once we realize that we can utilize, I can't even say it. Once we realize that we can utilize shadow work or negativity in something like shadow work, there's different things in there as well. It's like, what can we do? How can we become more aware of this? Because a lot of this is deep rooted and deep seated. And if you're like me, I've found out this year that I'm dissociative from a lot of the trauma that I've had. So, excuse me, I can be working on something with somebody and not even realize there's something here. Like just recently, I didn't even realize there was a layer of shame there. And once she brought it into my awareness, I was like, oh my God. I realized that there's shame there. Oh my gosh. So we can be dissociative. We can not even know that there's something fucking there. That's how tricky our unconsciousness, subconsciousness, this whole realm can be. So I do recommend finding somebody out there that knows how to guide you through this. Can I do it? Yes, I can. I would love to help people do this kind of thing, because I'm a very safe container to talk about these types of things and to bring you into greater awareness. I'm also practicing, and so it would be actually on donation basis right now. Anyway, so it'd be like a win-win. You'd be helping me utilize the practice, and also be giving you the gift of opening up those energies as well in yourself. So if you feel that you're in resonance with that idea, feel free to contact me on social media, on Facebook. You can either contact me through the Infinite Love page, which I really need to get back to, as well as my own personal page, and that's Angelica Bianca Cavello, or on Instagram under Infinite Love, INFIN8_LOV3, and guess what those two numbers add up to? 11. 11. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, yeah. I really hope this helped you. It is really, truly my intention that this helps anybody who comes across it in the highest and best way. I'm imbuing this video with Reiki, blessings, and love, and healing for this. Stay tuned for the next video. If this resonated with you, if you feel that this needs to be shared out, share it out. Like it, subscribe, hit that little bell button in the freaking little box below. It'd be freaking awesome. So I will catch you on the next video, where we talk about get a little bit more into shadow work and other things that we can utilize, other tools we can utilize in order to help us through this negativity. Peace, infinite love, and rainbow blessings. Thank you.